Alright chat, you already know what time it is. We are ranking all of the collabs that have appeared on the Chinese server. How many collabs are there? There are a grand total of 6 collabs at the moment. The criteria is going to be pretty loose, but I'm going to be as objective as possible, and of course, I'll provide facts and evidence to support my claims. Okay, we're just gonna jump into a spicy one right off the bat. It is the My Little Pony collab, and it is still available on global at this very moment. Very, very hyped up, but also equally as controversial. Firstly, you have people being gaslit into thinking their chance of getting the Ferrari is 18%. Those sound like acceptable odds on paper. Like, yeah, we gamble. But you have to remember that the house always wins, and the fine print reflects that. Thing is, nobody reads the fine print because it literally redirects you out of the game. They purposefully made it hard to find the actual percentage, which, by the way, is 0.18%, or I think it's 1 in 556. That's crazy. But most people will be incentivized to pull based on this statistic, and they'll get to the last pull thinking they were just unlucky, and then they'll come to the realization that they need to top up to get the shiny Ferrari. Chat, think about that for a second. Yeah, this one's like the embodiment of corporate greed rearing its ugly head. I'm not even gonna cap. Insanely predatory. Alright, secondly, there's the slow rainbow slide. Chat, this is insane. I timed it once and it literally took 36 seconds to get to the tree. And for absolutely no reason. They could have made this actually fun and made it like a Rainbow Road type of situation, but no. Thirdly, you have resonating. So after you spend a whole day getting to the tree, you're incentivized to resonate with other players to get the rewards faster or whatever. Some of you have reported that people are weird when it comes to resonating, making the whole process unfun and tedious. I've seen this topic pop up on numerous occasions, and I hear y'all loud and clear, which is why I'm mentioning it here. And fourthly, there are 0 pieces of male clothing unless you count the Applejack pants. It's drippy, but nah, come on. This is the only collab, mind you, where they didn't have male clothing variants. I'm putting the MLP collab in straight D tier. Actually, make that a D-. My reasoning for bumping it down? We lost a lot of good people, like Brony for life, but I'm gonna be as objective as possible. Next up, we have the Xiaolan Friends collab, which took place last year in late March. This is a throwback to a humbler time when Heartopia was collabing with smaller IPs, but a smaller IP doesn't automatically make it worse. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This collab is goated. So the theme of this collab is that it's like a lighthearted take on the otherwise serious and competitive office work culture in China, and I guess East Asian countries in general. By the way, everything in this collab is free. There is no gacha, but I'm almost certain they would lock this clothing behind a gacha if they released it now. So to get the event currency, all you need to do is interact with this board game in the menu using dice, which you get from the daily requests. Oh, but there's more. They introduced possibly the best set of interactive furniture with this collab, and over a year later, they still have not topped the quality of animation on these 2 pieces of furniture. And what I'm referring to are the punching bag and the mini golf course. I'll have Editor Mafia play a video of those on the screen. The mini golf course is so goated that it made this one person believe that there's a mini golf hobby in the game. The devs seriously cooked with this one. Easy SS tier. I didn't even know Butterbear was based in Thailand, but yeah, that's really cool. This is the next collab on the chopping block. It took place last year in September. They're a franchised bakery apparently. They should collab with Krispy Kreme. Now we're talking. Unfortunately, this one is gacha based, which is going to be a recurring theme for all collabs not named Xiaolan Friends. Not much you can do there, unfortunately. So I've been told it costs 327 exhibition passes to fully guarantee a set of clothing plus the vehicle. But what I want to direct your attention to is the featured vehicle. This thing is hilarious. Let me show you. Some uncanny valley stuff right there, but I am a big fan of the creative direction they took with it. At the end of the day, they could have just taken a 3D asset of a Ferrari and spray painted it. Oh wait. If you don't plan on topping up, there's still a lot of free furniture items that you can get from this collab, and they're all bakery themed. This one is my favorite since I'm a sucker for interactive furniture, and you can change the backdrop. Strangely, there's no new food recipes associated with this Butterbear collab, which I think is a missed opportunity, so I'm gonna put this in high A tier, otherwise it'd probably be in S tier. This next collab is with a very famous live-action Chinese TV show. The English name is called Empresses in the Palace. I haven't watched it yet, but people have been saying it's like Chinese Game of Thrones, except with less blood and more political intrigue. And it also has a star-studded cast of strong female leads. Word? Chat, if they brought this to global, I bet there would be at least one person condemning it because they think it's cultural appropriation when everyone decides to deck out their video game characters with traditional Chinese drip. I hope this comes to global. But on the topic of drip, if you're broke on exhibition passes, there's also an alternate banner using blue hearts that you can try your luck on. All the available furniture in this collab is free as far as I'm aware, which is a green flag. This one's a W. I'm putting Empresses in the Palace collab in A tier. I was calling this IP Milk Tea Hamster this entire time, but I guess it doesn't really roll off the tongue. Boba Rat is kind of crazy, but it's more catchy, not gonna lie. Big surprise, this one is milk tea themed. Kind of similar looking to Butterbear in terms of aesthetics, but the Boba Rat collab differentiates itself by introducing a bunch of these milk tea recipes. One of the main draws of this collab is you gotta serve a bunch of customers on a daily basis in this menu over here to earn the collab currency. I believe the higher quality milk tea you serve, the higher chance of getting a good review from the customer, which is this gold currency. I'm not a big milk tea person, but I can appreciate the extra thought they put into this. Here's the furniture, and it is all free. You can store your milk tea in this freezer, which is really novel and super cool. Enough yapping about this one. I'm putting it in A tier and moving on. Okay, apparently this was the very first collab on Heartopia that appeared all the way back in December of 2024. And it was aight, except for one thing. They clogged up the gacha with 3 emotes, which is practically unheard of. I get to spam Maltese emotes on WeChat for free, and they had the gall to put them into the gacha. Fortunately, they never did this again. I wasn't around for this collab, but I took it personally, regardless, so this is going straight into C tier. Here's the other stuff from the collab. Feel free to pause if you want to look, but we are moving on. Okay, Pleasant Goat and Big Wolf. It's coming to global soonish. The Grass Cake carries this collab. Enough said. B tier.